没有啊，刚刚我 OBS 自己看不到，OBS 刚刚自己看不到，就是它会卡住，然后，哎呦，对不起，sorry，我刚刚 OBS 自己看不住。他刚刚自己卡住，可是我看你们好像没有卡住。
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
教授，教授卡住了怎么办？哦，他看得到下面有什么东西耶。教授，你卡住了，教授。老师应该正常了吧？哈，老师还没正常。重开一下，老师卡住了。OK， 老师正常了。
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Revelio.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around.
孤独眼
Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
你。
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs.
Ray
You should be able to
shops and
find
pubs.
all of the school supplies you require in
哎呀，
Hogsmeade.
我的椅子上
You
全部
will
都是
also,
血
I
血。
imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Lumos.
那还在点
I'm trying to grow some asphodel in the greenhouse.
，Lumos 明明就那么简单。
Trying out the roots for potions.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained.
Train.
Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
哪里啊？哦，打开地图，开错啦。
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
How from the night conway, how lonely did me.
If I were you, I'd be more inclined to acquire myself some Bubba Tudor Plus. I'm sure Garlic could point you in the right direction.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. Something
Ooh.
more to this.
Are there other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
他也没跟我说在哪里。
Remind me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
这个吗？哎呦，sorry。
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
雷文，我原本是史莱哲林，但我去雷文了。我觉得雷文的环境比较好。这个是在哪里啊？哎呀！
Vivella. looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it? Revelio. Lumos. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth. I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Lumos.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
都在附近里。对啊，没有很远。
Lumos. Revelio.
Pavalia, Maria，现在要去哪里？美丽耶。
Revelio.
OK， 我不会解。
How nice to see you, my young friend.
.这里等级2。
Awful when they ask you a question, though, isn't it?
Revelio.
Little faces. I'll just die. If someone gets struck by a cursed broom, we do hope it's you.
The Forbidden Forest.
我要2等诶。
wish you weren't.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
要怎么打开？要怎么开？
Revelio.
他不给我。这里也有个点，好像是在上面。
Revelio.
哦，我要去上面。任务开始。
Is that all you've got? Not bad.
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Leviosa.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Good form.
I know.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
All of my students for this event. I do enjoy live dueling.
Not bad for a beginner.
You give as good as you get.
叫得很开心。
And you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you.
Sallow.
Well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day.
I'd hate to face...
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep...
Always thought Leviosa was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
哦，他原本是我的同学呢，
Practice.
现在变成
Felt more like I was
对
dueling
立
an
的不同
expert.
的。
Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know.
绿色的西装其实他穿的还蛮好看的。
You're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or
dueling
into a
club
restricted section of the library.
Library.
You just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Not to get caught.
I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure
Nice
I'll see
to
you
meet
soon.
you.
Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Till next time. 哦，忽然那么亮，会吓到呢。是在上面吗？还是？嗯？他跑到这种地方来？ 不是嘛？就不知道在哪里啊？石像鬼还在那边。这应该是最下面那个吧？ Sorry。哎，我 我真的迷路了诶，这个到底在哪里？这个同学，还是我要再上去？有猫咪。嗷！
Rebellion. I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Away from me!
Lumos.
어딨어? 어디갔지? 왜 그래? 在哪里? 음... 这是哪里呀？想一下。嗯。怎么又换一只猫了？完全没碰主线，但我现在也没在碰主线，现在在逛地图。为什么觉得一直都在楼下？可是事实给我的东西就不是在楼下。
Off on another adventure, are we?
"感觉不在这里耶。因为它旁边要有一个拱门才对。但这里没有拱门。就我感觉应该在上面。我也想把动态模糊关掉，因为动态模糊 会有点晕，你看太久了。但好像没什么差。괜찮아，那我们就找一下吧。应该不可能再上去了吧？哎，不对，这里应该还要再上去。哦，好像是这里哦。这里，跟我来，瞧瞧。哦，传奇披风诶。OK，我们可以去1楼了。哎，等级锁定2啊？为什么？哦，这里也太毒了吧！这里面是什么？辛辣通道，很辣很辣，我不要。那再去上面好了，上面好像，在上面应该有什么东东吧？
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
这里也有一个宝箱。
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Protego. Levioso.
这个宝箱要怎么开啊？好吧。
Revelio.
再上去看看。哦，对了，我要来这里。 我一直往下跑，其实要往上跑，跑错地方了。
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
哈，哦，没事啦，还有另外一个人也是一个人的。速钱。
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
After me.读取。
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Hey?
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and... Very good! Not to worry. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. Excellent. Good. Happens to the best of us. That's it! Don't lose your composure.
哦，不是要拉出来。
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this. is how it's done.
Very good.
Here we go. Yes! Brilliant. Watch this. Phew.
啊，掉下去，掉下去。
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at
走
this point.
了。
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Splendid.
Here we go.
我都在最后一刻落赛。
There we go. Quite impressive. Let us see this. Oh dear me.
Excellent control there.
赢了啦！赢了啦！赢了啦！
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Very good 。
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world.
Uganda, Wakanda.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything.
后面的老师在那边瞪眼睛。
materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts.
Wagadu?
I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting.
难怪他那么生气，他那边等，是因为他在找我。
Of course, you
A
can
word,
use
if you would.
humans.
You wanted to
If
speak
you're
with
so
me,
inclined.
Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor.
Onai.
I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okay.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
你在跟我讲话吗？
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day
是
was
啥
going.
曼
You
莎？
certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
OK，那2楼不是2楼，就一开始楼下的那个门可以进去吗？想去拿东东。
Someone prodded a Mimbless Mimbletonia in the common room. And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the upside.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752.
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack. Oh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
晚安。
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says
我
it's
不会
a
解
boot
这个
and he says
哎。
it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boot and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
0352 不是吗？哦，开了。Maria 380个桥浪上 Maria， 飘飘多的个字，等级1锁定。现在这是1等可以拿的吗？ 这个我没拿到哎。白发女巫，我是个漂亮的白发。
How nice to see you, my young friend.
没拿到。两个都是等级1锁定诶。呀西，没拿到，这收集癖就有点卡关了。我很爱收集东西。而且下面还有一个一样的解谜。어디서? 어디 갔지?
Revelio. Lumos.
No, no.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Revelio.
抢干嘛？对啊，这等级2，刚刚等级2也开不了。不知道他这个。布丁晚安，我刚有跟布丁说晚安吗？布丁好像都蛮早睡的。你到处逛台 ，OK。我记得还有一个是在上面吗？你是健康人，对，맞아요。刚写了一个，
Off on another adventure, are we?
Wish I could afford my own.
刚还睡，好，晚安。
Revelio. Lumos. Levioso. Lumos. Revelio.
很高哎、这里。
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
Revelio.
Do you think it's possible to spend time with any of the mermaids?
Wouldn't it be romantic to fly amongst the stars?
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
楼下。
Revelio.
等一下修了，就不能玩太久，玩太久会晕。工作要下礼拜。
Lumos.
单人超难玩的。
What was that for?
Always holding his hand. I've seen them.
感觉我可以直接。哦 ，Grand Here 是那个什么恐怖游戏的吗？是那恐怖游戏吗？哦，生存。
When Howin said draw a question,
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
哎呀，晕，不能太快。
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with
街角
the shop in Diagon Alley.
上，
We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. brilliant.
Might some kind soul help me?
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
I'm sorry the other students weren't more friendly.
That's kind of you. I suppose there are a few decent souls here. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Gobstones. Sounds like a fun challenge.
That's what I tried to tell everyone. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible.
知道为什么被讨厌了。
Now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
今天休息，等等嘛。
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstone.
I trust the preliminary tasks.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstone.
OK， 休息。嗯。拜拜。拜拜。